Guys, the long-awaited battle between Charles Oliveira and Dustin Poirier is going down this Saturday at UFC 269, and our show sponsor, DraftKings, has a special offer for all new customers. Sign up, bet just $1, and win $100 in free bets if either fighter lands a single punch. You heard that right. If either fighter lands a single jab, uppercut, hook, haymaker, donkey punch, any punch. This fight is scheduled for 5 rounds, and I cannot imagine it ends without a single punch being landed, so go sign up right now. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, and best of all, you can withdraw your cash anytime you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the promo code SONNEN. Throw down just $1 on this weekend's UFC main event, and if Poirier or Oliveira land a single punch, you are going to win $100 in free bets. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. Sugar Sean getting ready for his fight this weekend. Doing some media, talked about Conor McGregor. Stumbled upon some question on Conor. Picture going around of Conor McGregor, 190 pounds. Bigger than we've ever seen Conor. And O'Malley said, man, I don't know that helps you in fighting. So I don't know where it would help you in fighting. And if he does, in fact, weigh 190 pounds, he should not be going down to 155. Now, hold that thought, because Sean's the only one to state the obvious. First off, that picture of Conor, he did not look great. Conor is chiseled, man. There's clothing people that pay Conor to wear their stuff. He's the only athlete I know in all of sports got a suit sponsor, right? He's got this fantastic build. That picture of him at 190, I can't give those same compliments. He looked like he was extremely bloated. And when somebody weighs 190 that's used to weighing 155, 175, what you have to wonder is how? How did you get this big? Why? The answer to me seems redundantly obvious. You're not training. You cannot train the way you need to prepare in MMA, which we're well aware. We're well aware that Conor's not, right? He's got the hurt leg and he's not doing what he's used to. He's not jumping rope. He's not running. He's not pulling the sled. He's not sparring. We get it. He's having to do other exercises. But that's always important to know, because that's what Sean's talking about. If you're not doing our sport, who gives a damn what you weigh? If your calorie deficit to intake got so far out of control that you're bigger than you've ever been, that's not a good thing. And Poirier was getting ready to fight this weekend. One of his coaches shared what he's been doing to get ready for this fight, and one of the big things was to gain size, to do a lot of extra strength training to get size to be able to deal with Oliveira, who they feel is a very big 155-pounder. What's the point of putting on size if you have to take it off to make 155? I'm asking the question. But I'm asking the question as a guy who made these same mistakes in college. I would spend every summer doing nothing but lifting and taking whatever was on the shelf at GNC on the outside chance it would help. But then I've got to make a weight class, which means I must cannibalize my own body. I must take off actual weight. And you only got so much fat. When you're a college athlete, not very much. You're Conor McGregor, the guy's chiseled, there's not much fat, which means you got to take off the muscle. What was the point of putting that muscle on if you have to take it off? It's not that deep of a philosophical question. It's pretty obvious. It doesn't make sense. But if it helps you psychologically, if you believe your 155 is not equal to his 155, which makes no kind of scientific sense, but if you believe that, and instead of hurting your body from 168 to 155, this time you're going to do it from 171 to 155. You still weigh 155 24 hours before the fight, and so does he. So it's a little bit of a straw man fallacy. But if it helps you psychologically, then it helps. And even though I did it each summer and took all of that off and my bench press went down just as equal as my weight went down, it was hand in hand. As soon as that season was over, I was back in the weight room trying to do the same thing while drinking protein shakes that tasted terrible and never helped. So there is a piece of the psychology that I'm well aware of because I've got it within me. But Sean O'Malley went a little bit further talking about Conor McGregor and said if he weighs 190, he should not go down to 155. He's talking about it being taxing on Conor's body. And Dustin Poirier did an interview 2 weeks ago that I haven't forgotten. It kind of went under the radar. But I haven't forgotten that he said If he wins this fight, he's going to 170. Now, Poirier, of course, has the right to change his mind, but I don't know that we've ever seen a situation where a guy who's favored to become champion in 2 weeks is saying, if I succeed, I'm leaving the division. Because what happens then? I would like that. I like parity. I love when a top guy leaves weight classes, whether he goes up or he goes down. We've got all new matchups. I love it. I have a lot of fun with it. But when a belt holder does it, he now leaves the division. And if a belt holder does change weights, history says he becomes the automatic #1 contender. Would that happen with Poirier? Because these two statements don't go hand in hand. Poirier saying, I want to go to 170, and Poirier's coach saying he feels he's too small for 155. Do you see the problem? So somewhere within here, and these guys aren't under oath. These guys are not subpoenaed. They do not have to tell us the absolute truth. But it does seem like some real uncertainties when you start to get two stories about the same guy that don't match. I'm worried I'm not big enough for 155. I'm going to move up a weight class. Do you see the problem? And if you're in Conor's spot and you come out with this picture and you look bloated as all hell, how did you get that way? Are you not exercising enough, or are you eating too much? They can't just happen. I don't know the answers, but I do think that Sean O'Malley gave the most accurate and insightful response to that photograph of anybody. I thought I'd bring it to your attention.